It's about empowering other women in life, love and business. Because we had gone through situations in life where we had made mistakes. We had made mistakes in, relationships, in career, in, so many things. And we realised the reason why we made those mistakes is because we wasn't thinking about ourselves and we wasn't thinking about our worth and our value. We realised those were the reasons why we was making the mistakes, and when we realised after talking to a lot of our girlfriends that they were going through the same things and making the same mistakes, that we wasn't empowered as a community. So it was up to us to kind of take that pain and make it into something positive. And that's basically how Women Know Your Worth came into being, because it was just about things that we had learned and even learning from other people to empower other women. How valuable you are, because we are so precious. We are, it's taken us so long and so many things had happened for us to even come into this world, that we're just so unique. So it's really understanding like the magnitude of our beings and knowing that we're so valuable. Because so much on how people look, and there's an idealised standard of beauty which is kind of not even real, because so many people are photoshopped and so many things are done to make people look like these perfect figures. And at the end of the day, we are all different culturally. We come from different places. We have different skin types, different hair types. So why are we trying to be the same? It's about just learning to embrace what you have and expand on that and be unique. We was trying to not focus on being black women in business, because we thought that would be like a negative thing to concentrate on and to necessarily work with the black community. We wanted to kind of be more universal and portray ourselves as women. Obviously we deal with all women, but we did have to identify that we are black women in the community. We are looked upon in a certain way anyway, so rather than trying to eliminate that and not focus on that aspect of us, we've learnt to embrace being black women in business, in community, focusing on different things, focusing on how we raise our children. I feel having 2 boys, it is so important for women to actually understand, and especially being a single mother as well, understand that we need to empower our boys in terms of our children, in terms of what our history is about and how we have done so many fabulous things throughout our existence. Because all they portray in schools is like Comic Relief or Red Cross or something, show that African children are starving and stuff like that, when there's a whole other world that he can embrace and he can identify with. And I think that is more important for my children, because then they can understand where they're coming from and how they can move forward. If they're coming from a place of, oh, we were slaves, how can that empower you for the future? So I just think that just embracing that part of knowing your history and being able to move forward is so important and powerful. It's almost like nobody is actually focusing on what people are really good at, because I do believe that academics are only one part of intelligence. And even Albert Einstein says that if you judge a fish by the way it climbs a tree or something, you're going to think it's stupid. But at the end of the day, it's about identifying that. And unfortunately, in the black community, I do believe that there's no voice for the young children. And that is probably why, their aspirations are different. I mean, how many black female role models do we have in the UK that are, have good careers, good jobs? I'm not saying there isn't any, but how many do we have that we can look up to say, yeah, I want to be like that person. I want to have that person's life, or just to be empowered. How many people that are successful actually go back into the community and say, right, we're gonna support the young people to become the next generation, because everything is about legacy. At the end of the day, when you have children, you understand that it's not about you, it's about the future. And if you're not willing to invest in your future, then you will have nothing, because it will stop at you. From my personal experience in my career, I can say that the things that held me back was being black, being female, and being young. If I was a male and I was white and I was a little bit older, I would have achieved everything that I wanted in my career, and I know that for a fact. But it's something that I've had to learn, and instead of getting upset about it and giving up, it's just changed my mindset on what I want to do. Instead of wanting to work for somebody else, I've decided, well, if nobody wants to give me the chance, I'll give myself the chance. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's I suppose if that is why Women Know Your Worth is there, because if we can empower enough women to think like that, then it would start to solve the problem.
So there is
just be empowered. If you don't know how to empower yourself, find someone that does. Get to know that we are so worth so much more, and we have so much potential. So just go forth.